Note to self, never have children. Little Children, released in 2006, and is directed by Todd Field, who is also behind such films like In the Bedroom, and one of the new films nominated this year for Best Picture, Tar. And this film is starring Kate Winslet, Patrick Wilson, Jennifer Connelly, Jackie Earle Haley, Noah Emmerich, Greg Elderman, and Phyllis Somerville. And the reason why we're talking about Little Children today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from one of my longtime subscribers and contributors of this channel, Name the Stars. Thank you very, very much for your continued support. You have always been awesome, and you've sent in so many recommendations. I know you sent this one in a while ago, but I'm getting to all of your recommendations and getting them all out here in the first quarter of 2023, or at least I'm trying to. So I've never heard of this film, Little Children, before, and you know what? This was a very happy yet depressive time watching it. Little Children follow several different characters and several different tied-in storylines, all dealing with these characters clamoring for a happy life and trying to claw their way out of depression. Sarah Pierce and Brad Adamson are feeling unfulfilled and depressed in their marriages with their spouses and their kids, and attempt to find happiness with each other in a little tiny side affair. While we also have a story with Ronnie McGrover, who is a listed sex offender, trying to make it back in this society while also living with his mother. Really, the overall concept of this film is depression and trying to claw yourself out of that depression, or at least clamoring for happiness. Every single one of these characters is dealt a terrible hand, or at least a hand that they feel is keeping them back, or holding them back from their potential, or more simplified than that, just holding them back from simple happiness. But each of these characters has at least one tiny little moment where they see the light, where they see happiness just out of reach, and a very small and short path that they could crawl on to reach that happiness, if only they just had the drive and the energy to do so. And we build to a climax where all of these storylines and all of these characters are crisscrossing each other, really trying to make that final stretch and to make that final decision of achieving that happiness that they are seeing right in front of their face. But I'm not going to spoil what happens and the decisions that are made, but all I will say is that I love the message of this film. Everyone deserves happiness, and as long as that happiness isn't physically harming any person along the way, then I say, why not do it? And that's a very simple concept, right? We're here. We're on this planet for a good 100 years at best. Why not strive for happiness? Why not strive to be happy and make decisions in your life that will make you happy? But the things with human beings are, and these characters feel this in this film, is that sometimes you make decisions that you think put you on the path to happiness, but then eventually you find out that it was the wrong choice. Or maybe you did achieve some small degree of happiness, but then that degree kind of faded away, and now you're left there searching and looking for that next little slice of happiness in your life. Maybe you married someone and had a kid and you were happy for a while, but then you got older, and now your ambitions and your desires have changed. Maybe you made a terrible decision early on in your life, and that decision is now going to follow you the rest of your life. Jackie Earle Haley knows that in this movie. He plays a registered sex offender, and my God, this actor is incredible. He gets me to care about a registered sex offender. I'm not condoning what he does in this movie. I am not saying that it's right at all. All I'm saying is Jackie Earle Haley makes me care for and feel for this character who did a terrible thing in this movie. That's when you know you have a fantastic actor in your film, when you can put them in just a slimeball, shitty-ass character's role like this, but the audience feels a connection to them and feels emotion towards them and feels sorry for them when terrible things happen. That's when you know you have the right person. So Jackie Earle Haley is definitely the standout of this film, even though he's a creepy little freak. And our main storyline is the connection between Kate Winslet and Patrick Wilson's character. Both of them have spouses that just aren't showing them affection or showing interest in them at all. If they're showing any interest, it's in their kids. And all these characters want is just to feel that they belong, that they feel like they are loved by someone. And because they're feeling ignored in their marriages, they see that connection between each other, and they see that desire for that happiness and that desire for wanting to feel loved, and they kind of take it out on themselves. several times. It's a great philosophical movie. It's a movie about mindfulness, about being present, about being happy that you are existing in your life at this moment. And yes, happiness is something that we always strive for, but you can't have happiness without the terrible times. You can't have happiness without the dark times. You can't have light without dark. If you didn't have dark at all, if you didn't have any of those terrible times, then how do we know when we are in the light? And how do we know when we're happy? So accepting that there is darkness in life as well as lightness is one of the most important concepts that you as a human being can learn, and this film proves that and showcases that. It's a very dramatic picture, and there are several points in this movie where I'm sitting back thinking, okay, what are we building towards? Is something terrible gonna happen? I feel we're kind of building towards like a Romeo and Juliet situation, where there's this forbidden love, and then they're gonna make a decision to get together and run away with each other, but then things are going to happen kind of around them, miscommunication's gonna happen, and someone's gonna get hurt. I'm not gonna spoil that though. But it does build to a very satisfying climax and makes the entire ride and the entire journey of this movie worth it. I'm gonna give Little Children 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen Little Children, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.